I suppose the most fundamental objective of Miracle is to take live theatre to rural areas, really, to cover the whole of the southwest up into Wales. But we're mainly attracted to venues in fairly dispersed, sort of isolated places, but we do all the larger towns as well. So it's really trying to take good quality theatre to places that don't readily get it. So that's always been the guiding principle of Miracle. In the early days, when there were just three of us, I was the writer and director and actor. And then when I stopped acting and just directed, things improved a lot. I'm not sure why that was. But writing has been one of the things that I've enjoyed most. And a lot of Miracle's shows have been adaptations of Shakespeare. It's like taking Hamlet and doing it with a cast of 5 and putting a little bit of extra fun into it to make it more enjoyable, but also trying to kind of do things without trashing them, without spoiling them. And I think Miracle's always tried to do a wide repertoire of different types of theatre, but broadly comic, I have to say. I've always been really interested in history, and I've recently done a project called Tin, which is about Victorian Cornwall again, but it's a mining story and it's about sort of banking and financial dodgy dealings. And I thought, this looks really interesting. I hadn't heard about the bread riots, and with the application came a sort of breakdown, a little summary of what happened, and I just got really intrigued by it. Partly that it had happened and I didn't know about it, and partly because it seemed there were some interesting things about it that grabbed me, which was that although it was a time when sort of Europe was sort of poised on the edge of revolution, and there were famines, and it was obviously a very potent sort of time to be alive. In this particular riot, nobody got killed and nobody got executed or transported to Australia. So although it built to a very high pitch of kind of anxiety and tension, I thought it was interesting that actually out of this situation, more understanding from both sides seemed to emerge, that actually the well-off, the landowners actually really made an effort to try and do something about the situation. When I finished the first draft, I sort of handed it over to the creative team and the board of Restormel Arts who'd commissioned it, and I had some very useful feedback. And one of the suggestions that came from Liam, the director, was that actually one should hold the riot back till later in the narrative, because actually the story is told as a courtroom drama, in a sense, that the scenes from the riot are enacted, but it's all within the context of the court. And actually, on Liam's suggestion, I've sort of shunted the riot right back so it doesn't start till the second half, and put much more in to do with the causes of the riot and seeing both into the sort of domestic lives of both the sort of working classes and the landlords. I think the story has a great contemporary relevance, and I think somewhere in it is a line, one of the higher echelons of society says, well, we're all making sacrifices, because of the poor harvest, so we're all in this together. Couldn't resist that one.